Hello, thank you for joining us here on The Handshake. I'm Lynn Komjisha, and here we are. The Handshake, we discuss those issues that you always run away from, or sometimes they stress you to a point of you need to see a medical doctor. Yeah, when you don't have money in the house, yes, that's what happens. The head of the family actually literally loses weight. He can't concentrate, he can't eat because there's no money in the house. So we are trying to understand these things and look at the effects of not having money or having it or the economy, all those things in just a little bit of something. That this is why I call in my colleague Paul Busharizi. He says he's done being a guest. I think he's in his house.
Absolutely.
So he says, welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you.
So the budget, our budget, the financial year is almost here. Then the next financial year is almost here, 2017, 2018. And we're still having issues in Parliament, the budget committees. They're still having lots of issues to sort out. And like we discussed previously, you were telling me that eventually the budget will be up. I'm wondering, how far now?
Well, as incredible as it sounds, we are in line to pass the budget by the end of this month. That's in 16 days.
Yes.
I've seen it happen before. I think last year we even had sessions on in the weekend, into the weekend, to make sure it happens, because it's a statutory deadline.
Yes.
So, you know, despite all the drama, I think we'll have our budget still by the end of this month, May.
And we're good to go.
Yes.
That is our country.
The money will start flowing, and then maybe things will ease off a bit from June 1st.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that moment.
From July 1st, really.
July 1st.
Yes, okay, that's the beginning of the financial year.
I am hoping we have money by then. I can't wait, because the scarcity of money is alarming. You turn here, everyone is crying. You turn there, they're crying. And well, the youth are actually doing worse. This brings me to our topic for the day. Where we are told that the youth, not actually told, we have had reports, we keep getting reports that the youth in the country, and Uganda having the biggest young population, and they're being castigated, they're being called rowdy, they are unemployable, they are lazy. Paul, what do you think?
No, I think it's... I mean, I saw a statistic which says that 83% of the youth under 25 are unemployed.
Yes.
But we have a total unemployment figure of about 9%. I think those are the figures I saw. I think obviously, you know, we are not doing as good a job as we should as an economy, as a country, in creating jobs as fast as people are entering the job market.
Yes.
And, you know, they keep talking of structural issues. We're not addressing especially issues of production. We're not, you know, in other economies, the mass jobs are in manufacturing. That's where everyone is. I mean, if let's just use America as an example, only 3% of the population is in agriculture, as in farmers on the land.
Okay.
Then, you know, you'd have another, probably even 50% of the economy is in manufacturing, and then the rest, or thereabouts, is in services. But the place to get mass employment is in manufacturing, because the jobs, you don't have to be very intelligent.
Yes.
You work on an assembly line, and that is where we're failing. We're not creating enough jobs in agriculture, which would have been the automatic first place, and we're not creating enough jobs in manufacturing. Hence our challenge.
But these youth, you know, are qualified. You know that most of them are qualified.
Many of them, yes, because of UP and USC and university, where enrollments have gone up.
So what is wrong up there, apart from us not creating jobs and relaxing a little bit on noticing that actually the youth need these jobs? So what else is wrong? What could be wrong?
No, obviously the youth are looking up to a previous generation, which left school and went into a job market. Things are getting tight, and even if we can't produce, we already have a backlog. So I don't think we can conceivably catch up with that backlog in the next so many years, because it's not going to stop. It's not going to wait for us to catch up.
Absolutely.
Every year
it
there are more.
It grows.
Yeah. So the reality is going to dawn on all of us that, look, I can't expect a job. I'm going to have to create my own. I'm going to start a business. And that's what's going to inevitably going to happen in the next few years. It's already happening.
Yeah.
Because they say Uganda judged about a few years ago as the most entrepreneurial country, just behind Chile in the world. We're creating businesses every day as Ugandans. So it's already happening. We just have to shift our mentality. It's going to happen.
So
we have no choice.
The government is actually trying to realize, I think, is it Vision 2040? Or there's one before, 2020?
There's 2020 and there's 2040.
The one that we are to realize middle income economy.
It's 2020.
That is 2020. And that actually means we might be fairly industrialized.
First of all, to achieve middle income status as a country, you have to have a per capita GDP of $1,000. That means if you take all the things that are produced in your economy and divide by the number of people, each person is responsible for $1,000 of production per year. So you and me are no longer, we are already in the middle income.
Oh.
Yes. You make more than $1,000 a year. Easy. Easy. Let's not don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You make easy more than $3,000. So it's not a real serious, well, it's a good political target to have. But to get all these guys employed, you need to do even more. Forget about middle income. Maybe we should be looking, I think if we targeted something like $5,000 per person, then, you know, because we have got to create the factories. They're not there.
Yes. Yes.
And we need the power for that, which is kind of not there. The power we have now is we are consuming all of it. I mean, they talk of this factory, Namamve, a roofing factory. It does about 5 megawatts or something. It consumes about 5 megawatts of power, which is the same amount of power that probably the whole of Mbarara town uses. So you can imagine the kind of power we're going to need. If you're going to need 100 factories like that, you're going to need 500 megawatts.
And that is 2020.
Yeah, it's not going. It's not going to happen. Just forget it. We are right now at about $600 per capita, so it's not likely in the next 3 years.
Paul, you can't really lose hope like that.
It's not losing hope. It's just simple mathematics. We just can't grow the economy fast enough to put $400 on everybody's plate in the next 3 years. It's just not going to happen. It's nice for talking. It's not going to happen.
It's good to dream. It's really good to dream. I think you can eventually achieve your goals.
But you can keep dreaming and doing nothing, then, you know, it doesn't work.
So he says, and there we have it. The youth, don't give up on yourselves. Please try and create your own jobs. It's the only way you can learn to survive. It's the only way you can beat the challenges of and the way you're branded. I mean, you need to get out of that stereotype of being unemployable, of being lazy, of being all sorts of bad things. Really, the country needs us, and we are the biggest population, so we need to really work extremely hard. I think you would want to have a one-on-one with Paul. He seems to understand these things.
Discourage them more.
No. I think you would tell them the right thing, which is amazing.
I'll try.
So thank you so much for joining us here on The Handshake, and thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.